All right, hello there. Hey guys, I'm going to show you just really quickly how to use Classlink if maybe you went to the training and it's been a while or you didn't get to go and you're not really sure what it's about. I'm going to show you how to use this really great tool that's going to make your teaching life hopefully much more effective and simplified as far as trying to get to different programs that we have and also trying to get logged on multiple times throughout your day. So if you just go, if you have an Access Classlink, the easiest way is just to come in here through the web page and you can go to the quick links and click on Classlink. It's going to direct you to this page right here where it's going to ask you to click here to log in. Now it's processing, and because I've been logged in before, it didn't ask me for a username and password. If you haven't logged into Classlink, it's going to prompt you for that, your district username and password, and then it's going to let you go on into your console. So you can see my console here. I have all of my apps essentially, and you can see right here, my apps, and they're all right here. Now I'm going to show you each of these really cool tools that you can use to help make your dashboard look like what you want it to look like. And first of all, it's your looking at your sign in. If you wanted to look here at your profile, you can go ahead and change and add images. So let's say if you want to add an image, you could go in here and you can also upload photos. But here are some of the silly images that they have. So you can always add. This is really just for you and you're the only person that's going to see it. But I'll click this and now that's my image. It's just in the general area. And then I have my name and if you needed to reset your password, and I'm going to save it. Now you also have themes and colors. I'm going to show you how to do that from a different area that I think is a little easier. So that's your sign in profile. Here's notes if you want to type notes to yourself during the day if you have this up on your computer, which is what I recommend. First thing in the morning, just get it up and on your computer, and that way you have your console and all of the things that you need, programs and apps ready for the day. Once you sign into these the initial time, then you should be able to get in them without having to use your username and password regularly. So let's say I'm teaching a lesson and I need to remind myself to adjust the lesson plan number 1. So reminder, adjust lesson plan number 1. Now I'm going to add that note. So here is the note. When I'm done with it, I can exit here, kind of like a sticky note. If I don't want to see it right now, all I have to do is click on the pencil. So click on the pencil, let it drop down, add notes, and it basically creates a sticky note. Here's your help tab. So if you need any help, there's online support. There's a guided tour. You can use that right here. These are notifications. You won't really have to do anything with notifications, but as a district, if we use this at any time in the future and we had a notification to send out like snow day, when you logged into Classlink at home, that's what you would see, for example. This is your area for editing. So the little pencil in the box, this is where you can do some cool stuff to make this look like what you want it to look like. Now, first of all, you can create a new app or a new folder. Now, I haven't really created any new apps, but I've created new folders. All you have to do is click on new folder, give it a name. So looking here, I'm going to do gradebook resources. And I'm going to pick purple and save. All right. Now here's my gradebook resources, and just because it's the first thing I saw, I'm going to grab my gradebook resource and I'm going to drag it into that folder. Maybe, and maybe not. It's supposed to just drop. There we go. It's supposed to just drop right in there. That's real life with technology. All right. So you can create folders and organize your apps. I have my Renaissance Learning stuff all together. You can also take those out. If you click on this, the folder, and then you click this link to move back to the actual area that it was in initially, then you have my gradebooks back out here. So that's a way to move your things in and out of folders that we've just recently found out. Icon style, you can have squares or circles. Icon size, you can have small squares, bigger squares. That goes along with circles. Your font size, depending on what visually is more pleasing to you. And then your themes. Theme is this toolbar right up here. So depending on what you want that top toolbar to be. You can scroll through here and get some different colors, essentially, is what the themes are. So let's say I wanted to go with green. And then wallpaper is going to be your background down here. So you can scroll through, and there's lots of different wallpaper, and some make it harder to see than others because you want to be able to see your apps, but you have some choices there. Lots of choices, actually. There's a school theme. But essentially, if you're really wanting it to be user-friendly, it's probably going to be easiest to go with something very simple. So that is a way that you can adjust your visual any way you want it. Now, when I'm finished with that, there's two ways I can get rid of this big bar. I can X, so I can X out here, or I can just click right here and it's going to pull it back up. Okay, the search bar is really great if you get a ton of apps that are hard to work through, especially if you don't create folders. Let's say you wanted to search quickly for Class Dojo or Classlink Management. I just type in CLASS or Renaissance, REN, and it's going to pull up. So that way you can grab those quickly. And then a way that you can also add apps that you wish. Let me go back to that so you can see. So let's say you have on this console a lot of things, but you don't have all of the apps that you need to sign into daily. So you can go into this console here and you can search categories. You can search categories. You can search by what's featured, what's popular, single sign-on. This is blank right now. Or you can add your own app, which isn't something that we're doing right now. But so basically you're going to work in these areas. And you can also search. So let's say I wanted iTunes on my console, which I already have. I would just click add and it's going to drop it into, which you can tell I have it because it says remove. So it's going to drop iTunes like it is right here, just on top of my console. So sometimes you have to dig around in that library. It's just right here. Categories, education. So you can see there's lots of things that would pull up and there's lots of pages that you can pull through. So if you don't find something in your app library that you want, you can add that. It's very easy to go in and add that. If your students don't have something that you want them to have, then you can email me and I can add that for them. If you let me know what grade level and what app it is, we can get that dropped in for them as well. So the last part that I want to show you, we're working in my apps, is your files. So you can also get to your OneDrive files through Classlink, which is great because you can do this at home as well. So my files, I'm just clicking the bottom there, and I'm going to go ahead and X out of that. And now you can see my Office 365 OneDrive. I have all of the files that I've been using in there, and these are my folders. So folders, and then I have files, and of course these eventually as I work through them will be moved into folders. So if I click on these folders, let's see, you can kind of see how it drops down there. And I don't have anything in that folder, but essentially it's going to, let's see, step development. So there's the files that I have in my staff development, and I have another folder within there. So it works directly with your Office 365 to pull those files so you can get to them from your, let me show you this again. This is a tab. I'm going to X that so you can get to them from your My Files, or you could also go through your Office 365, which is right here, and you've already signed into, so you don't have to do your logging in. Well, it's going to make me click. There we go. So there's your OneDrive in a different view. So that is Classlink in a nutshell. If you have questions or you need any further help, I am happy to come and help you. So you just shoot me a message and I will come to you during your conference time or after school just as quickly as I can. But hopefully this will help make your life a little easier. Again, my suggestion is pop it up on your screen when you get to school first thing and just leave it there. And that way you can access these things as you need them and add to your library of tools that you use daily, so that you're not having to click and type in your username and password every time. So again, let me know if you have questions. My number is 323-1010, LaWanna Pulliam. I hope that you have, and I'm going to X out of this, a wonderful day.